Hi, it's Wednesday. That means it's time for another video edition of Widower Wednesday. I'm Abel Keogh, author of the book Dating a Widower, and today we're going to discuss what to do about all the photos on a widower's phone. The inspiration for this video is actually an email from a viewer or reader, and I do share this email with her permission, but she writes this. She says, Abel, my widower has hundreds of photos of the late wife on his phone, but very few of us. You have lots of information about photos on the wall of a home, but very little about photos on the phone. Should I be concerned about these photos on my widower's phone, and how do I get more photos of me and the widower on his phone? Great question, and thank you for writing and sharing that. And by the way, if you have a email or if you have a concern you want me to address, just go to abelkeogh.com and there's a contact button there. You can email me, and if you want this to be shared in a future video, I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so back to the video. So let's talk first whether or not it's a big deal that he has hundreds of pictures of the late wife on his phone. So it's not a big deal if he's not looking at them all the time, right? So if he's, if they're just on the phone and they're just kind of part of the phone, it's probably not that big of a deal. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't address this, but it's only really a big concern or a red flag if he's spending lots of time looking at those photos and kind of reliving the past. That's not good for the relationship. But a lot of times people just have photos on their phone. I mean, if I was to hold up my phone, I guarantee I've probably got several thousand pictures of me and the kids and Julie on there. And the thing is, though, is I don't look at them very often, right? I just, I go through and I do back them up once in a while, but it's just, they're just kind of there, and you take them and whatever, you share them on Instagram or you do something like that, and that's kind of as far as it goes, right? And then, all of a sudden your phone's full and you look at it, and it's like, geez, I've got like 1,000 photos here I need to get rid of or transfer or something like that. So, I mean, don't be concerned relationship-wise if he's not spending a lot of time looking at them. It could be like a lot of us, you just amass photos on the phone and you don't do anything. But it is a concern, like if he is spending lots of time looking at them or scrolling through them and whatever, you can tell it's affecting the relationship, then it's a concern. Now, just because he has photos on the phone, or just let's say he's not looking at them, that doesn't mean there's not an opportunity here. There is an opportunity here to maybe get them off the phone, and maybe it's a more, it could be a space issue. We don't know why he's not necessarily has photos of you. I have some ideas in a sec, but really what you got to do is view this as an opportunity. So let's say, you're not really worried about it in the sense that he's looking at him all the time. But really, this is an opportunity to get those photos backed up, so there's a reason to delete them. So you can point out that that hey, if something happened to your phone, whatever, you dropped it in a pool, or you dropped it and it got broken, you could lose those photos. So find a backup solution, right? There's lots of there's hard drives, there's external hard drives, there's cloud solutions. Really, the best thing you can do is just point this out as an opportunity to back up the photos, so he doesn't lose the photos that he loves. And that way, if something happens to the camera, he doesn't lose them. So the first step is to go out there and say, hey, you got all these photos on your phone. Let's find a way to back them up. So maybe you can free up space or do some other things with your phone. So go, and hopefully he's open to that. If not, I'll address that in a second. But then once he transfers them again to an external hard drive or the cloud or wherever it is he transfers them from, this is a great chance to go through and clean up the phone. Now, I don't mean he has to delete every photo off his phone, but let's say he has 500 photos of him and the late wife off his phone. Okay, let him keep 5 or 10 photos on there, but he should really delete the rest, knowing that they're all safely backed up somewhere else. Again, there's no reason to keep all these photos on the phone. Really, you need to make space to do them, for new memories. So allow him to keep maybe ones that are important to him, but honestly, you can just delete them. I mean, when I do my monthly backup of my phone, I probably take out several hundred photos because I've taken other photos and, I'm running out of room, things like that. And really what maybe, an opportunity here is you're not asking him to delete the photos because you want him to lose them, and he's not going to lose them because they're backed up. But really what you want to focus on here, this is a great chance to make some room on this camera to take some photos of you guys and make some memories. And really, if you want more photos of you and the widower on the phone, go out there and make some memories. You're not going to really take pictures of each other if you're sitting at home doing nothing. Go out there, take a trip, do something fun. I don't know, go on a vacation, or just go somewhere. I don't know, go for a walk. If you have some mountains or some forest or something nearby, go for a walk and take some pictures. Give yourself opportunities to take photos. I think a lot of the times we get into ruts and we get into habits and we don't take the photos that we want to take, just because we kind of just get into these ruts and habits. We don't and we don't do something that we want to really remember. So it was a great chance, to get, if you want photos of you, and the more photos of you and the widower, not only on your phone but on his phone too. Make some plans. Actually, do something. Say, hey, let's go out for the weekend and go somewhere, or let's take a flight somewhere. Let's plan a vacation, and then take lots of photos of you and him with both cameras while you're there, and then share them with the world. That's really cool that way. So now, so I know some of you are thinking, well, what if he won't delete the photos, and what if he won't do things like that? Okay, let's get all these red flags out of the way. It is a red flag that after the photos are backed up, if he won't delete them. It's one thing maybe if he's concerned about the backup working or whatever, but once they're backed up, you should be able to remove some photos and make some chance for you. It is a red flag if he doesn't want to take photos and memories of you. If you go out and he has 500 photos of he and the late wife, but he's going out and he won't take photos of you guys, or won't do that, even when he did similar things to late wife, that's a red flag. And again, it is a red flag if he's looking at them all the time, as he's living in the past. Some of you are thinking, well, what if he doesn't want to back up the photos? Is that a red flag? Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a red flag. It could be if he doesn't want to take pictures of you, but I think he's being stupid if he doesn't want to back up the photos, because he's going to lose them eventually. Something's going to happen to the phone and not going to be good. He's going to lose them. So is it a red flag if he doesn't want to back them up? No, not if he's not necessarily spending time looking at them. And again, that's why I'm thinking of this as an opportunity for you to create some memories with him, and just show him that you care about. You do care about his past, in the sense that you don't want him to ever lose those photos, and create a safe space where you can do it. And really, the best tip in all of this is to make this about the two of you. So often, these discussions come into, they kind of go down to the widower and the late wife, and that's really not the issue. The issue here isn't really about the widower and his late wife. It's about living in the present and making memories now that the two of you can share for a long, long time. And that's really where any concerns you have need to be focused on. It's like, hey, I want to make memories with you. I love my life with you. I want to have lots of things that you can look back on too. For the you have these great memories of your late wife, and that's awesome. But I want some memories of us too that you can look back on and be fond about. If you keep that focus there, I think most widowers will probably go along and back up the photos, make some room on the phone for you, and take pictures of you. Honestly, I've seen very few widowers that that won't do any of this. But again, if they don't, there's some red flags there. But go out, make memories. Really, so much of this is in your control, in the sense that you can give them a chances to go out there and make memories. And a widower who's into you, a widower who wants a second chance, a widower who is willing to move forward, he will go out there and he will make those memories with you, and he will want to have them forever. Hey, this is Abel Keogh, author of the book Dating a Widower. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, leave your comments below. Schedule a coaching session if you want. You know the drill. I'll be back here next Wednesday with another video. See you then.